Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997 back with another DC Universe Classics review, and this time it's going to be my Wave 3 Figure 1 Sinestro. Now, you'll notice that Sinestro is the variant. This is of course his costume from the Sinestro Corps War, also his current costume in the Blackest Night. This is after he branched out and formed his own corps. Definitely wanted this one more than the classic look. Love the look of this guy. Now, two big things about this figure before I even open him. Yes, I know you all think I'm too hard on figures, but I do have two big complaints. Number one is size. I can tell in that package he's nowhere near bigger than Hal Jordan. In the comics, Sinestro is very much taller than Hal. He's really tall. This guy looks like a standard average build. Now, there is another DC Direct figure, but I decided to go with the DC Universe Classics one. Okay, my other gripe, which may just be my figure, you'll notice that his paint scheme isn't connecting from the chest to the crotch. And if you zoom in, I don't know if it'll show on the camera, you can actually see some of the text print on his abdomen. The trademark and copyright and such. I think that may be the back piece of the figure that accidentally got switched up and put on mine. Not 100%, I haven't seen the rest. Once I open this guy, I am going to do some checking online. If that's true, this is going to be one of the biggest quality control issues I've ran into in this figure. But on to more positive notes, he does come with his lantern accessory. His ring is sculpted on. Still looks amazing in the package. He is part of the Collect and Connect Solomon Grundy line. It comes with the right leg of Grundy. Onto the back of the package. Of course, there he is in his classic outfit. Deathstroke the Terminator, Nightwing, Robin, and Green Lantern. Sinestro's bio bit says, Sinestro was once a distinguished agent of the Green Lantern Corps, chosen to patrol Space Sector 1417 as the power-wielding Green Lantern. Instead, Sinestro took control of his homeworld, Korrigar, and turned it into a police state. After his abuse of power was made known, he was banished to the Antimatter Universe, now armed with a yellow ring and allied with the Quarians, as well as his own army known as the Sinestro Corps. The fallen warrior is now the Green Lantern's fiercest foe. On to his statistics. First appearance, Green Lantern, second series number 7, real name Sinestro, occupation supervillain / intergalactic criminal. Base of operations, formerly Korrigar, currently the Antimatter Universe Quad. Special abilities, Sinestro's power ring emanates a beam of yellow energy that can allow unaided interstellar travel, create offensive and defensive force fields of anything Sinestro can imagine. It is a powerful and deadly weapon in direct opposition to the Green Lantern's power ring. So of course, a very popular figure, very sought after. Let's pull this bad boy out of the packaging. And here Sinestro is out of the packaging. Now, just like I said, the back of this figure and the front of this figure have been misplaced. During production, they actually switched the abdomen. Now, usually when I run into quality control, I forgive it. But usually when I run into quality control, especially for the DC Universe Classics line, it's some joints are a little stiff, some paint's a little off. This figure is not quality control in my issue. This figure is broken. This is as big a deal as if his arm had come attached to his leg, or if his arm had come broken off. By far, this is a terrible figure already, in my opinion. Not quality control, horrible production, and that's something that a toy company really needs to represent itself well on. But on to the figure, what I can salvage of it. His lantern battery, it'll stay in his hand once you have it in a certain pose, but it's very loose, very shaky. As you can see there, it'll fall out once it's been moved around a little bit. Very little detail on the lantern battery, just a bright yellow. Once again, much like the Green Lantern figure, I think the yellow should have been the same coloring as his suit, but it's not. It's actually a darker yellow than his suit. Pushing that to the side, onto some of the detail. I actually do like Sinestro's face sculpt. I think that's very well represented. I like the Sinestro logo on there. Oops, sorry for the shaky camera movement. His ring, I do think they fell flat on his ring. There's no detail on the ring. It's a very dull yellow as compared with the rest of his outfit. No detail. Of course, the variant is just a switch up of the paint scheme, so putting a little Sinestro logo in there would have messed it up or made it inaccurate, the other figure. Of course, you see his little Sinestro Corp armband. So, the detail on this guy is nice, with the exception of his back having abs. His articulation is the standard for the DC Universe. It actually has some pretty nice articulation. It's not too stiff, it's not too loose. There's a lot of nice poses you can do with this guy. Unfortunately, he's going to look stupid in all those poses because his paint scheme doesn't match up and his back has abs. I'm sorry I'm a broken record on that point, but like I've said already, that's a huge issue. Yeah, but his arms, everything's fine. He has no abdomen movement, very, very slight in the chest, obviously, because that's not the way the figure's supposed to be attached. So, overall, if you got a figure that didn't have its abs on its chest, it would actually be a pretty nice figure, I think. But I can't really say it's a very good figure because I don't have a normal one. And like I've said, this isn't quality control to me. This is just a broken figure. And another big deal, as I've already brought up, let's make sure they're perfectly side by side here. If you'll notice, Hal is not even close to being smaller than Sinestro. Sinestro is much, much smaller than Hal. Even in height, Hal Jordan is bigger than Sinestro. Now, I don't know what they were thinking when they actually did this guy, but they needed to make a bit taller mold instead of just recoloring another one to have a smaller guy. I mean, this by far is a failure in my book. Hal Jordan should be much shorter than Sinestro, but the Four Horsemen royally screwed themselves on that one. So I'm very, very upset with the Sinestro figure, not just for the fact that his arm's broken. I mean, well, his chest piece is screwed up. He can't hold his battery well. He obviously has my issues, which you can call quality control. I just call it broken. I think they left out a lot of detail on his ring they should have put in there. Overall, if you get a figure that's not broken, it might be worth having. This is not. I can't recommend ordering it offline. You could get one like I have. Very hard to find in stores now since it is such an old wave. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. 6 out of 10. And this is JTrain997 saying I'll see you soon, YouTube. Almost forgot. Wrong leg. Right leg of Solomon Grundy. Keep on my Build-A-Figure, Collect and Connect figure parts over here till they're done. So there that is. 6 out of 10, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.